The goals are still there, the plans are still there, and now it's a more motivated, a more hungry, a more dangerous Byron Valle than you guys ever seen.
Last time he lost the fight, he ran off four in a row.
Finishes in a row.
We'll use it as motivation, no doubt about it.
We're all trying to mold that mindset of, we're finishing fights, man. We want to be exciting. We want to be. Nobody wants to watch a boring fight.
We talk about it. Some of me and the other coaches like, yeah, he's got that it factor. I can't put my finger on exactly what that it is, but it's there.
You guys are aware. I mean, I've gotten offers from other places, but I don't want to fight anywhere else. To be honest with you, I feel like you guys are gonna give me the best chance of getting to the UFC. You guys got the highest level. You guys promote the best, and you guys know it. That's why you guys got a couple people that fucking really don't like you guys.
I tell the guys at the gym all the time, like, you guys fighting up next, you better bring your A game and you better come prepared and be respectful, because that's the step you want to take to get to the next step you want to take.
If you want to experience life at the fullest, where you're like, man, you're gonna stare somebody across the room from you, and you have to be prepared to die. You have to be prepared to take that person's life, because if not, they're gonna take yours. I want to be the guy where everybody looks at like, oh shit, that's the baddest guy on the planet. I want to be that Mike Tyson. I want to be that George St. Pierre, that John Jones, I want to be that.
I mean, honestly, I think Byron helped a lot, like putting Uprise a little bit on the map with the amateur fighting, and then through Up Next, and now as a pro. I don't know how many times he'd be throwing me around. I can't
take it easy on me,
I get out
Byron.
the cage all fucking limped over and neck all crooked, and people are like, good coach. I'm like, no.
Ryan.
Dad, what's up?
We have UNF royalty in the house.
UNF royalty, we definitely do.
Byron Valle.
Nice to see you guys. I'm happy being on again.
Oh, but Byron's been on a couple times, but who's the other guest we got on?
Dude, the man that has the magic sauce that puts it all fucking together. Pete, the owner of Uprise.
Yes, sir.
Pete, it's awesome to have you here.
Excited to be here.
Yeah. No, we love working with you, Pete. I mean, Ryan talks about it all the time.
Do I talk good or bad? Because before the podcast.
No, you actually, listen, I have to be honest now. People may watch this podcast and really know, but you're one of those coaches that as a promotion, we love working with. We really feel like you're super professional. You're really trying to do what's best for your athletes.
I appreciate that. It's been an honor working with you guys. I feel like you're one of the first promotions where you guys respect my professionalism, and I feel like it's being reciprocated back, which makes me want to do that even more.
Yeah, we feel that same way. And it's kind of, and you could probably speak more to this. You've been in this game a lot longer than, we have. We've been running pros for 3.5 years, been around the scene for a long time. Yeah. But you've seen the inner workings, right? And so to me, this industry is kind of a shit show in a way.
Yeah, this is one of the only, if I'm being honest, the only promotion that shows so much respect for the fighters, which for me as a coach, I was always, that's why these promotions are here, is because of the fighters. If they're not putting on good shows, you don't have a promotion. Exactly. And you guys were one of the first ones, the only ones really, if I'm being honest, that showed that respect to them. And that went a long way with me. It made me want to channel my guys through you. And I tell the guys at the gym all the time, I was like, you guys fighting up next, you better bring your A game, and you better come prepared and be respectful and be professional, because that's the step you want to take to get to the next step you want to take.
I think you've done that. I mean, you've built, and I don't want to glaze you too much, Byron, but you've done a great job building Byron, and all your fighters are just super awesome to be working with.
Appreciate that. He's a good kid.
You think he's okay? Byron's all right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Come on, Byron. Has Pete just had to put you in check, or what? How does Pete's mentorship and coaching shape who you are?
Naturally, it just came. Like, honestly, like when we first stepped in, it kind of just clicked right away. That was like somebody I respected instantly, and it's became more of like a father and son kind of dynamic, which is pretty cool. So it's like, it's so easy to work with Coach Pete and all that. And yeah, I'm going to continue to try to make our dream come true,
Yeah, I like that you said our dream, right? Because we firmly believe, Pete, that fighters alone cannot make it. They need that support network, right? I mean, a lot of guys don't have great family support networks sometimes, but having amazing coaches who really back them and who really get it are super vital to their success if they really want to make it to the highest levels.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I feel like it's a team, whether the fighters, the coaches, everybody's working for the good of the fighter, but it goes a long way when the fighters are super respectful and make us feel like we're part of the win too.
Right.
Makes us want to work that much harder
100%.
to get in there. And I don't know, all the guys I'm blessed right now, all the guys on our fight team are just really good guys.
Yeah.
Outside, I would hang out with them outside of the gym if I didn't have Uprise MMA. That's good character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have a pretty diverse right? They have a pretty diverse crowd over at Uprise, which is pretty cool. You got Smitty Witt, you got you, like, there's a diverse sort of group over there.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Bunch of characters.
Yeah. Does it keep you young, bro?
It does. It does. People ask, why are you always hanging out with these 20-year-olds? I'm like, it's the energy I'm attracted to. It's got nothing to do with the age. It's just the energy that they bring to the gym makes me feel good.
Yeah. No,
who doesn't want to feel good, right?
Yeah.
I love feeling good.
Yeah.
What was well, I met Byron, you posted a video a year ago or something of you hitting the bag for the first time, and it was horrendous.
Yeah.
Like it was bad. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty bad.
Come on, Ryan.
When Byron first came to the gym, was he, did he have some skills already? Was it like was he just straight green? How was it?
I'll be honest. Him and his dad came up to my office. My office is upstairs of the gym. And it's happened a million times already where somebody would come with their dad or coming by themselves, a young kid, teenager. How old were you at the time? 17?
I was 18.
18.
Yeah, just turned it.
Yeah, young kid. And telling me that they're going to make it to the UFC. I'm going to be that guy. And I'm always shaking my head. I'm like, all right, well, let's see you put the work in and we'll see. I won't tell anybody they can't do it, but I've heard that story a million times.
Yeah.
So when he came to the office, I wasn't like, okay, well, we'll see. But he's the one kid who has stuck with it, put the work in, and just kept showing up. Even when his dad came in at some point, it was like, yeah, I'm not paying for the membership anymore. He's a man now. I was like, okay, now let's see what happens. And he found a way to keep the membership going, to keep training, to show up. And that made me just want to give that much more to his journey.
How do you know when they have the secret sauce, Pete? I mean, like you said, you've seen so many sort of come and go. What made Byron so special? You kind of felt like,
it's not one thing. I don't know. I think you guys see it too. It's just there's a it factor.
Don't let it go to your fucking head, Byron.
Yeah.
Do not let it go to your head.
Trust me, we've been talking about it. It's a balancing act.
It is.
Like you guys said, you want confidence, but you also want humbleness, and you want to know that there's always a ceiling we can keep trying to reach for. But I don't know. He's a good person. First of all, he works hard. He's got a competitive edge. He's willing to learn. He's willing to be humble, but he's confident. So I don't think it's one thing. I don't know. There is something though. I mean, we talk about it. Some of me and the other coaches like, he's got that it factor.
Yeah.
But I can't put my finger on exactly what that it is, but it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I feel like the it factor can't be described somehow. It's just like you got it or you don't.
Yeah, it's like a magic sauce.
No, I really think that it is, right? And I think one, it's just how you carry yourself too, Byron. I think your story is really freaking awesome. And I think it's the athlete that you are in the cage. What's gonna make you make it to the UFC?
Just everything that I've been telling myself, everything that I've been through, everything that, I truly believe. I was, like I've told you guys plenty of times before, I was always counted out. Like really nobody believed in me. So I always had to believe in myself. And I truly believe that I'm going to be in the UFC. I'm going to be world champion. I'm going to be one of the greatest of all times. And my job is to take over the world and inspire everybody else. My job is to leave a legacy. Yeah. That's what I want to leave.
Yeah. Well, your last fight didn't go your way, right? So how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling rejuvenated. Yeah. I feel like I don't really, like, all respect to Hole and everything. I feel like great fighter and everything, but I truly do still believe like I could beat him if I was healthy. And that's where I let my downfall come into play when plenty of times throughout fight week, I was told not to fight. I was going in with the hairline fracture in my ankle, and that kind of like did not let me train at all.
Yeah.
We had like 2 weeks out, 2 to 3 weeks out where I didn't do anything. Like, to be honest with you, healthy wise, I only trained like a week for this fight. And it was frustrating because obviously I want to fight. I want to be healthy. I want to.
Why do you believe you still took the fight?
I feel like I have my confidence was my downfall. I truly had believed like, I could win this fight even with not having with this side of my body. And I'm gonna be honest with you, last year was such a frustrating year for me and held me back a lot with other injuries. And I hate to be the fighter that pulled out, and I pulled out twice last year, and that hurt me. I told myself I don't want to pull out, I want to be a company guy. I want to be the guy that you guys are pushing me, and I'm grateful for that. And I want to continue to be that that staple for you guys and be that star for you guys. And I let everything get to my head of where I shouldn't have been in there.
Yeah. Let me just say this, right? We're going to continue to push you because you're something special. You're on this podcast. Yeah. You just took an L, but honestly, we don't really fucking give a shit. And I think this business sucks in so many ways, Pete. You know what I mean? Like you hear Byron say, he wants to be a company guy, doesn't want to let us down.
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't have been fighting. Like, when do you pull out? When don't you?
Yeah.
Like,
well, look, he a lot of credit to him. He's owning that. But
yeah,
to be honest with you, I told him after it was my fault too, because I told him we shouldn't take this fight. Let's push it. And then because he's so confident, like he said, he'll fight with one leg. I believe in him, and he was just like, I want to do it. Please don't pull me out of this fight. And I was like, fuck. But I knew he wasn't. I knew he wasn't healthy.
No.
but
afterwards,
damned if you do and damned if you
I know,
don't.
but
right?
I should have
Just one of
trusted
those-
my self instincts too. And even if he would have been pissed at me,
Yeah,
I feel like I should have made that call. But let's fight in May when you're healthy. Let's push
Yeah.
it till. But it's a learning curve for everybody. And I told him after fight, I take responsibility for this loss.
But that's
too.
where I disagree because I was lying to them the whole time. No, but it's not. It was not just
I don't
him.
think you were
Yeah.
lying. I think
I
you
could
were
see
lying
it
in
though.
the
I could
sense of
see
like
it.
you couldn't train and like you were definitely not probably. I mean, I wasn't you, but like you probably were not ready to fight. Like that's for sure. But I think in your head you really believe
Oh,
you
he
could
did.
go in there.
No, I did.
So you're not lying. Like,
But what I was lying is that I was gonna be healthy for it. Pete didn't want me to fight. Coach Ilan didn't want me to fight. I mean, I got two opposing people telling me not to fight not because they don't believe that I could win the fight.
But-
I believe I could win the fight, and it's just that every time my foot was swelling up after every practice, and they were asking me, "How are you feeling?" They wouldn't know.
You're like, I'm fucking great.
I'm good.
But
I
this
have
is what
poker
drives me
face.
fucking
Yeah.
bonkers right now, right? Like at the end of the day, in MMA, you're taught tough through it. You're always gonna have injuries. Like you have to believe in yourself and all this shit.
Well, you are always going to have
There's a lot, 'cause
injuries.
You know, like-
that's the truth too. Because if you're training every single day, twice a day, if you're taking it serious, your body's gonna be aching. You're
Yeah.
gonna have nagging injuries. That's just the truth of it. But there's just you got to find the sweet spots of like
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
There's like a
It's
difference
hard.
between pain and injury. And when you're injured and you can't train, that's when you got to look at that. And there was moments when he couldn't train, or he wasn't training the way we were used to him training. And it was obvious that he wasn't 100%. But again, he's proven before that other fights he's had, he's been injured and he did well in the fight. So we were like, well, maybe he's going to do that again. And it was a
I
perfect
also
storm
think,
in the wrong
too,
way.
Yeah.
I mean, this may be more on our end, but obviously we want to build and everything. But I think that 35 weight class is for you too. I feel like you're just a little too small, not too small.
Yeah.
But I think in fighting, you need to be advantageous wherever you can be, you know? And I just felt like Holt looked a lot bigger than you at 45
Yeah.
too. Like
Even
you
the previous
you could
fight,
see
the guy
it.
looked bigger. He won that with the armbar, but that guy looked huge.
Oh yeah, Khalil was huge.
Khalil was huge. People in the from our gym were like, he's fighting that guy. He's huge.
Yeah.
So just that 145
We're
is a big
talking to
class.
George. Next fight's at 35, bro. That's
Yeah.
what, if I had
Well,
any
the
say.
problem is nobody's been accepting.
Yeah.
We've had the last one before Holt was 5 guys that said no. And that's the
you
frustrating
know what's,
part.
I mean, listen, you never want to take a loss, but you know what's good for losses. Some people may get the
Yeah, that's
more
why I was like,
courage and more
hopefully,
stuff
you know?
to step in there.
Yeah.
But no, I hear you, man. I think, listen, just from a UNF's perspective, like we're still pushing you the same. We still
Yeah.
believe in you the same. And I really think you learn way more in your losses, no matter the circumstances, than you do your wins.
I think you.
And
I
keep
think
keep that fucking confidence. Just you gotta balance it out
For
with
sure,
when to
yeah.
know when to pull it.
look. I think you come back stronger and better. I mean, it's really up to you and Pete and your support network how you fucking come back. But I think that this could be probably maybe one of the best things that's happened to you,
Yeah,
right?
for
And,
sure.
and you have to leave your ego at the fucking door.
Yeah.
You got to fucking listen to your fucking coaches. Obviously, you believe in them enough with your training that when they have to make those difficult decisions you don't agree with, you got to be a yes man at that point.
No, for sure. And that's where I really did have to like tell myself after this fight, because like, I mean, like he did say I was begging him not to pull me out because he told me that, and it scared me
Yeah.
because I didn't want, I have so many like big goals and dreams that it kind of, and that's where I'm looking at it. I'm like, obviously that loss sucks, but I could still 2 more
Yep.
fights this year, get to 3-1, and then next year, a couple more fights, maybe get to 7-1, get that call to the
It's
UFC.
just
So it's like,
it's a speed bump to say. It's
a speed
not.
bump,
It's
yeah.
not.
yeah. So the goals are still there, the plans are still there, and now it's a more motivated, a more hungry, a more dangerous Byron Valle than you guys ever
Yeah.
seen.
Last time he lost the fight, he ran off 4 in a
Yeah.
row.
4
or something.
finishes
Yeah,
in a
so
row and
Find the
3
top
in the
guys
first
and the
round. So
amateurs too. Yeah.
we'll use it as motivation, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but one thing I like is the ownership in this.
Oh, yeah.
Like especially from you, Pete, from a coach's perspective. A lot of guys have a lot of ego in this game. It's clear you're taking ownership in that decision, right? And it's
100%,
sort of
yeah.
maybe has changed your mentality a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
and we both on the way here, I'm taking nothing away from his last opponent. He was good. He fought well.
Yeah.
Holt's a good fighter.
I
Let's give
talked
his
to him
credit, yeah.
after, told him
He's a nice
great,
guy,
nice
yeah.
guy. And he told me he trained super hard for this fight. Like he had so much respect for Byron that he studied all his videos. He
Yeah.
prepared, and you know, he shook his hand is all we can do and say, great fight, and we're on to the next one. You know, that's what it is.
100%.
And we'll be better for it.
Yeah.
So on to the next. Speaking of the next, at weigh-ins, you and your buddy, you know, almost got in a fight. Not because it wasn't your fault, but you know, what do you think about like the animosity or like the shit stirring, like as fighters? Like, do you want to play into that? Do you wish people were just respectful all the time? Like, how do you feel about that kind of stuff in the MMA game?
You know, I think what's the perfect thing is Jesse's catch me at the right moment, because now it's like I already don't like the guy, and now I'm more motivated than ever. Not just because I want to hurt him, but because I need to get back on the win column and I need to be back to where I was. And I'm glad now. You know, if anything, now maybe he wants to fight me, and these antics are all just gonna be a big show. And I think honestly, don't get me wrong, I feel like this is gonna be your guys' biggest fight, money wise, everything, because who's not gonna want to see that? That guy deserves to get his ass whooped, and I'm gonna be the one to do it, and I'm gonna do it in violent fashion because I'm mad, not just at him, but I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at the world. I want to take out all my pain and anger of like losing this fight, and it's just on him.
You're channeling it at Jesse Langarica.
Just on him, and it's I don't want him to think anything of my mind is fractured or broken. I'm still as confident as ever. As I'm gonna go out there and I'm still one of the best guys in California, and I'm gonna continue to prove that, and I'm gonna continue to get better so I could be one of the best guys in the world. And Jesse's gonna find that out, and I'm so glad, and I hope that he accepts it because he's next on my hit list, and that's the guy that I want.
I kind of got chills, Pete.
Yeah.
Listen, that
that.
fight needs to happen.
No.
So, you know,
Yeah.
as soon as you're ready to get back in there, you obviously talk with the coach and everything. We got to put that one out there.
Oh, for sure. For sure. When do you think you want to get back in there? You have any clue? I mean, again, I don't think you should rush. I think you need to take your time and
I'm
get back to
hoping
the line.
I'm hoping these injuries heal up quicker than rather than later. I mean, I do have a sprained wrist as well, so that's kind of been sucking too. But because I can't really even lift like how I want to, so we're just rehabbing, doing all the right things, and I'm hoping maybe like July, August, hopefully, just see how the body feels right there, and just be smart, you know. And like I said, this is gonna be the best version of me next, physically, mentally, everything, because it's a big change now. I don't want to feel that loss ever again.
Yeah, I do want to thank you though publicly. Like at weigh-ins, Jesse was chirping at you. You guys kind of got into it for a second, then I went over to you and you calmed down. So I really appreciate that.
No,
bro.
for sure. Yeah, I definitely wanted to hurt the guy.
No, I think it was about to go down at weigh-ins.
You see, he tried to fucking shake my hand during the exchange. Like, well, this is how it started. I don't know if you guys heard. Where I'm right there, I'm getting ready, you know, record my teammate. I'm all happy and shit. Then I see this motherfucker. All I hear is, "What's up, bitch boy?" I turn around, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, weren't you the one that declined the fight? I'm like, what the fuck? So that's when I go up to his face and he's like he's walking back. You know, like when you want a confrontation, you're supposed to be walking towards somebody, but you're walking back having Mayhem hold you back. I didn't even see Mayhem's hand on him. This motherfucker tried to reach his hand underneath to shake my hand. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm not gonna shake. I told him I'm not gonna shake your hand. I don't know if he was trying to get me banned from commerce, if that's like some fucking dirty, evil shit that he's trying to do for me, but it was hard to show self-restraint, I ain't gonna lie, but it also did help when people were grabbing my arms so I couldn't hit them. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not gonna be like over here. I'm not super upset at it. You know, like obviously I don't like the guy, but I'm not gonna be, I don't hate anybody. I don't have no ill will towards anybody. I'll shake Jesse's hand after, you know? But what it is I wanna go out there and just, you know, I wanna put it on the guy. I wanna make sure that he, you know, and it sucks to sound, but I want to hurt the guy so bad that makes him realign his fucking brain and maybe be a better person. Yeah.
And what do you think about that fight, Pete? Do you like that fight?
I do like the fight. I mean, my job is just going to be to prepare Byron for the best opponent that he's going to face.
Yep. Whether it's Jess or someone else.
You know, I'm not going to channel into the negative back and forth. My job is going to be focused.
You're not going to do the scumbag promoter stuff like we're doing.
I'm going to dial in 100% on his technique and his skill and his card and his strength and everything so that he can just be the best version of himself when he steps in there, and that'll speak for itself. I mean, I've always felt like at the end of the day, his hand getting raised is going to more than any smack talking could ever do. It's
100%.
Yeah. So
I struggle with some of the things that we do,
but it is entertaining.
No, it is.
Oh, yeah. At times, because we're really not those people at heart. Like we don't like drama. We're just, but it's a fight game.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's a fight game.
there's no lie. I think, like you said earlier, now with the kind of the bad blood beef between you and Jesse, how many more people are going to want to watch it because of that?
Like you said, it's going to be the big
game.
fight, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody wants
and
to
we
see
got
that
so many
fight.
sound bites to promote that, Pete.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
It's gonna be
Oh,
fun.
wait, you guys did catch or something on it?
I think we got some at weigh-ins with just past stuff and
yeah.
just, you know, just knowing from now till the fight, there's going to be a lot of
couple more
posts
things.
and
Yeah.
all
Yeah, I
sorts
mean,
of things.
to the fans, I mean, what it is two guys that don't like each other. So, I mean, who doesn't want to see that?
Well, the good thing is, like, again, the scumbag promoter and me coming out, you know, storylines sell fights, right? And that's what puts asses in seats. I mean, you know, you've got a huge, you know, fan base. Now we add this whole storyline to it. It just gets people more excited to come and watch you.
No, for sure. I can't wait. Like I said, whoever it is, you know, and it's gonna be, you guys are gonna see the best version of myself. Like, this ain't no halt. I hope that if you guys are thinking that, what's it called, I'm gonna be less of a person and not as good as a fighter as you guys thought, you guys are mistaken. If anything, I'm gonna be better. So be prepared, whoever it is.
Amen.
I like that. And you notice how he looked in the camera too? Yeah. Like, he looked straight at that camera. Like he's getting his message across.
I've had a lot of time to think and just, you know, like, that's where this is my greatest weapon, but also sometimes my biggest thing. So if if I'm not mentally there in the right spot, it does break me. But I'm there. Trust me. I'm happy. I'm loving life. I'm grateful. You know, I'm thankful to God. Everything that's coming into play, because this is gonna be like, it's a game changer for me.
Well, let's see how raw and real, right? Like, at the end of the day, we sat down with Blake DeCourcy, and he said when he took that loss, he went to a dark fucking place. After this, I mean, again, we promote the shit out of you. You know, you're one of the top prospects in California, one of the fan fucking favorites. Taking this loss, I mean, what did it do to you?
Motivation.
Yeah.
Motivation. I mean,
didn't take you to a dark place. You didn't question things right away. You just said, fuck it.
Like I said, I don't think I lost the whole, like, I really lost to myself. Like, I didn't feel like myself in there. You guys see me, man. I never fight like that. You know, like, instantly when we first exchanged at the beginning, like, I checked his kick, but where he kicked me and I checked, it was right on my fracture. So I was fighting practically one leg the whole fight.
Yeah.
And it was just frustrating because I wasn't myself. I was frustrated even during it. I'm like, dude, I want to throw hands. I want to but my body was like, I don't know. I was trying to, like, not get more hurt than I was. And so I won't be out longer, I guess. It was frustrating. I was just frustrated. I still am frustrated.
It's all good. I just try to give myself, I call it like a 1 hour rule for myself. Like, unless I don't do anything like fighting, getting in the cage. And there's like a lot to that. But like, if I get frustrated or something, like 1 hour, it's you know, get in a dark place and fucking just, what do I got to do to get past or be better or whatever it may be?
But what do you think? I mean, a lot of guys, you've been around this industry for a long time, Pete. For Byron to be able to bounce back sort of this quick and just use this as a quick learning lesson without going through the emotional ups and downs.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different. I mean, I'm sure he's had his moments where he was frustrated, angry, and depressed and sad about this, but how quickly he recovers is important. I think I always tell my fighters, like, whatever you need, take a day, take an hour, take a week, let that soak in, and then put it behind you. Turn the page and let's move forward. So some guys can do it right away. Other guys need to soak on it a little longer, but I do feel it becomes detrimental if you do sit on it for too long. If it becomes something.
So you like Ryan's 1 hour rule?
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't, I mean, listen,
1 hour would be
bad,
perfect.
really bad happened. I probably need more than the hour, but just, I fuck up on the dot, you know, whatever it could be. Like, and I get pissed at myself. I'm like, all right, fucking be pissed off for an hour and get to it, do it right the next time type of thing. Yeah.
So how hard is it as a coach to make sure you're supporting all your fighters? Because as you said, everybody's differently. How hard is that as a coach?
It's hard. You know, what's funny is in the locker room, it's like when you have 3 or 4 guys fighting, sometimes a perfect night and everybody wins, but most of the time get 1 win, 1 loss, 2 losses, 2 wins, whatever, 2 wins, 1 loss. And it's like you have this roller coaster where I had a guy who
you want to be happy for the guy winning, but you're there for
and he's been there before because his teammates have lost and then he won. And it's like, you know, and all Byron included, all the guys at Uprise are so supportive of each other that I could tell that, like, Jay wanted to jump through the ceiling with his last win because he's been needing a win and he got one.
Yep.
But he at the same time was with Diego, and Byron was also like keeping it in check a little bit, just out of respect them, just like he does when they've lost and he's won. It's like, it's a celebration and also I don't want to say a sympathy thing, but you're also compassionate for your teammates.
You bring up a fucking good point. Imagine being back in that locker room, right? I've always sort of, one guy comes in, they lose. What does that do to the team? Like, you know what I mean? And you as that leader and that motivator, that's going to be really fucking hard to keep the energy
keep them dialed in. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. What about, you're usually the last one to fight on your team. So what's that like for you? Maybe if a teammate has lost or even if they won, like, because I still think you want to be dialed in, right? You could be happy, but you won't be jumping with someone right before you're about to go out there. So what's that like? Always being the last one and, you know, the teammates coming back and whether they win or lose.
It's always been like more like, okay, let's get that get back kind of thing. And it just makes me go out there, even work, like just put it on more. It kind of does, it motivates me a lot more. So yeah, I would say with that, like with the Jay thing, I was super happy.
Bro, he just in
He
this,
needed that.
I
and-
talk about the Jason Jones. Some of you guys are familiar with him, but 1-3 or 1-4 record, best 1-4 or 1-3, or one of the best AMIs in California or the country. I felt the same way about Jay. Like, he's explosive, he's fast, he has good striking. He just took some tough fights, and the record hasn't been there. So I was very happy for him to get that win in that fashion.
And he looked so good. There was like the showman in him came out. It was
The
fucking...
double barrel out there was a little mean.
No, I loved that.
No, I loved it too.
And I love Daryl.
I'm
Like,
just joking.
we
Daryl
love
loved
Daryl
it too. Daryl loved it too.
Jay, I don't say apologize, but wanted to let everybody know he wasn't trying to be disrespectful.
No, he was. No, and we know Jay too. I thought it was just
he
funny.
said something to us too, and I'm like, bro, I didn't take it that way. Like, and this was the scumbag promoter of me, right? Like, it's just like that showmanship. You know what I mean? Like, I love Daryl. Don't get me wrong, but I was so happy to see Jay win and win convincingly, and it just was this cool thing to see that showmanship, like him owning the fucking cage. I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but
that was great.
That's sort of what
we might have to fly his mom out from Pittsburgh for all his fights.
No.
I don't know if that's what did it, but he was definitely a showman that night.
No, that was great.
Yeah, she was so happy to be there.
It
It was
a good
cool.
night,
It was great that she got to have her moment in the cage and this and that. Fuck, that would have really sucked. What would he have done if he lost that? The mom there.
Yeah.
I think in his mind, he knew he wasn't going to lose that fight. Like, you could tell sometimes a fighter's so dialed in, they're like, I'll die before I lose this fight. I think Jay was at that point of that fight.
Yeah.
And each second that passed, he kept getting more confident. You can see it. And then he just took off. So good for him that night. Now it's back to the lab and back to work.
Jay's fought some really, really tough guys. I mean, I think he's had
Brandon Farnsworth,
and John Chandler. Just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are really fucking good guys.
100%. I mean, some of the top guys in the state.
Yeah.
And if we say top guys in California, you're a top guy in this country, in my opinion, because I think
Ryan got onesies and twosies from states I could compete, but like
as a whole,
the amount of talent.
I mean, the
here.
toughest competition is California.
Oh yeah.
You know, in my opinion. Did you see something different in Jay? Like, not the fight itself, but leading up to this fight, anything different?
Yeah, I mean, Jay, for you guys don't know that too, Jay was pretty banged up too coming into this fight where his knee was almost blown out. So like yeah, it was.
He didn't look like it.
No, I know. Yeah, he ended up. The rehab went well, and luckily it was nothing like super serious. And I think if you guys thought Jay looked good this fight, now with this confidence boost, I've experienced everybody that has after a win, especially a win like that. You're gonna see a different side, and I'm putting it out there for you guys. If Jay finishes his next guy, man, I really think you guys should consider that guy for something big, a title eliminator. Or a
we
title
can talk
fight.
about it now. He's fighting Moises Garbe, who just fought for the title, and I have that same ideology with making this fight. So nothing's ever set in stone with title shots. Honestly, we have plans, but people get injured, whatever. But Camel Gregorian's been on a tear, and I think he's at the top of the list. But we made this fight because this is like giving us a potential contender at 45 again. So we think the world of Jay, regardless of the record. I think if he gets this one too, that's a little streak. And if he beats someone like Moises in an impressive fashion, he's right there.
Yeah. What do you think of this fight for Jay?
I'm excited for it. I think, again, back to the coach mode. It's like, I'm thinking all the stuff we need to work on and get ready for. But I agree with Byron. Jay's confident right now. He looked great. He did have a little knee tweak, but he had a really good camp. He was explosive. He was dialed in. So I think we keep that going. He's going to be fine.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of his. I just think as a person, he's a really good human being too. You know what I mean? And
he fits right into the Uprise.
There was like 5. I forgot everyone's name that was here, but there was like 5 together. They were just running content. Smitty came in here, started doing the interviews. I'm like, all right,
bro. And I forgot the girl's name.
Bree.
Yeah, that's it. Bree. Sorry, Bree. Yeah, she's so cute. Like that whole like dynamic is just so cool.
Yeah.
That's got to get interesting there over the gym sometimes.
It's a character full of full of characters.
Well, I think one thing too that your gym is really doing right, and let's go more into it too, but a lot of your athletes do really well on branding themselves and social media. Byron, I think you do an amazing job. Smitty's always out there. Breeze, out there. Like, I think you guys do a great job.
Yeah, I know nothing about that world. Back when I was younger, we just competed, fought, and went back to the gym. But now all these guys are telling me, I gotta sell my brand. I got to create my brand. And so they do that and they do a great job. And you guys help that, obviously. I think that's awesome how much you guys support them and help them build that brand.
Yeah, I think it's important in today's world. It's just, and I think fighters this has added pressure to them, but I feel like they've got to build their brand on social media and they've got to build their brand in that cage, right? It's a lot of work.
It is. It is.
Sucks. You have people with the same exact skills, same exact record. Now someone has 20,000 more followers. They're just going to get better opportunities. We could hate it. We could do this, that, but that's just the game that we're playing.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Again, I keep dropping Blake's name. We had a great sit down with Blake, but we were just talking about like the MVP card, certain people getting the call to be on this MVP card. Some very deserving, others not so much, right? Just because they have a great social media following. But let's talk about the MVP card. Albert Morales, someone that you train with, fighting on the Netflix card, May 16th, bro.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm so happy for Albert, man. There's nobody, I think, in this sport that deserves it more, man. He deserves his chance to get back into that the big show, you know? So I was there actually when they were offering the fight. Like I was cutting weight on the treadmill.
Shit.
Yeah. So it was cool just to experience that and just to see, because I mean, Albert's a great human being, man. He's our team captain. He's like a big brother to me. You know, my family, I'm the oldest brother, so having somebody like that is super amazing, and I give a lot of credit to that guy. So I cannot wait to go watch him fucking take the guy's head off. Wayne's a good fighter, but I mean, Albert Morales is a different guy.
Look, he has a big test in front of him. You know, David McGoyan is no joke. I mean, it's Arman Zarukin's cousin, really top-notch guy. But what's really cool about Albert and his journey, right? He's the king of UNF basically on the pro scene, right? Now gets this call up to Netflix. If he has a great performance, what's sort of next? Like, does MVP keep putting on MMA cards? If so, do they add him to the stable, or does he get that call back to the UFC?
Yeah, I mean, it's however you look, it's a great opportunity for him. And I don't know Albert as well as Byron does, but every time I met with him or talked to him, he's a great guy, and I wish him nothing but the best. And it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Whether Netflix continues to do more fights, I think that's just more
What do you
avenues.
think? Do you think they'll do it?
They're not going to become like a full on. They'll do like 3 events a year, I think. Maybe. I don't think they're going to get very. Because if it's Netflix, it has to be huge and grand. Yeah. Like they're not going to just put cards on to put cards on.
That's a really good point.
But they, if he does have a good performance, he'll be in that hat for sure. But for him, I hope I know it's not just a monetary thing for him. I know he wants to make money, but I know his fucking goal, and he says it every fucking day, is he wants to get back to the UFC. He wants to fight the best of the best. So I hope if he does win, he gets that, and we just have to see. But
what do you think? This platform, what should happen next for Albert?
I think the UFC, honestly, like who else? Like who else does he have to beat to get back? You know, like it's perfect age for him right now, I think, to get back in there, and he's in his prime, and I think he should let everybody show that to the world. You know?
Yeah. What else what's there left in the regional scene that Albert can do at this point? I mean, look, I love him as our champion. I don't want him going anywhere, but we fully support him fighting on Netflix. But he's getting a much bigger check with Netflix than he is with us. Yeah. So God bless him. Yeah. But what's fucking next for him? I mean, he's cleaned out the regional scene.
Yeah. No, he has.
Yeah. It's definitely
hopefully the UFC. I mean, just they gotta make the call and give him an offer, but he deserves it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, I think too, like you look at the paramount age now with UFC looking more for entertainment. Who's more entertaining than Albert Morales?
Nobody. You know, he brings his crowd. He has the antics. He does those. He does the things that he needs to. You know, and always, like, if you look at all his opponents, everybody kind of respects him after, because they know the guy is one of the best guys, and that's why everybody prepares so hard for him. And he just keeps on knocking all these guys down. It's like, really, there's no other options. And I think it's honestly, like, it's everybody's winning in this situation. You know, we got Albert winning. He's getting the bag. He's getting the check. You guys keep on putting out stars that are getting out there and going into the UFC, keep on growing as a bigger promotion. It allows for us to keep on getting more eyes, and allows us to keep on building our names and our brands. And just keeps on going down the line, you know? So that's why, I mean, you guys are the ones that have been putting everybody kind of right there, you know? You guys got Taco fighting this weekend. You got Gianni that just went in.
Yeah.
Albert should be next. Bully should be next. You got all these guys coming up, dude. So, I mean, you guys are putting on for good for all of us.
We just sat down with the Bully and Samurai. Yeah. And, bro, they seem dialed in for this fucking fight.
Oh, yeah. Bully is... I'm telling you, man, when I go and train, that's why I think my confidence does come well, because look at the guys I'm training with, you know, like those guys are killers.
Yeah.
And I know it. So, I mean, Bully, same thing with this guy. He's going to finish this guy and should get the call as well.
Yeah. They're knocking on that door. And then we got Christian DeGueros on the May 9th card fighting Carlos Elizares.
Another monster. Like I said, man, we got some great guys coming up that are in that range right there. And you guys got a lot of stars coming out. So, I mean,
it's crazy to think about, like, all the guys coming up. Like,
yeah, no, it's really we talk about all the time, like this crop of like young pros coming up, you, Pargev, Joris Sahakian, like Arthur, like all these guys that are destined for greatness, I think.
Yeah.
Again, don't let it go to your fucking head. But I really think so. And I'm proud, like Pete, like you said some nice things about us. Thank you, Erlan. But I feel like it's mutually beneficial. I think we're breeding, you know, and providing like these athletes with a great fucking platform, and they're all
100%.
stepping up to the challenge,
Yeah.
you know? So Uprise, your fight team has become so active recently and it's just growing. What do you equate your success to? If it's success, maybe it might be more headaches for you or more challenges for you, Pete. I don't know.
No. I mean, honestly, I think Byron helped a lot, like
Yeah.
putting Uprise a little bit on the map with the amateur fighting, and then through Up Next, and now as a pro. And it's made other people kind of be like, you know, whoa, shit, I want to kind of do that too. And guys in the gym who are training, but maybe weren't sure if they had what it took. And I think everybody just kind of stepped up. And then now we've been getting a lot of people coming into the gym who already are pretty skilled, but wanting to take their game to the next level. So that's been nice, because I've had a lot of guys we built up from the ground, which was amazing. It's kind of like a piece of clay, and we're able to mold them into the fighter they become. But now it's also a challenge and interesting to see guys who are already kind of molded in their own fashion, but need a little tweaking or a little this or a little that, and see how we can get them to the next stage in their fighting career. So it's been a blessing. I feel really happy because, like I said earlier, not just the talent level at Uprise, but the characters and the personalities have just been really good people. And I think just the herd mentality at Uprise is the people that come in that don't fit that, they leave. So we do attract kind of a certain type of person at Uprise that's generally a good character person.
Good. I mean, I think community is everything. You want people that fit into what your guys'
100%.
vision and your vibe and what you guys got going on.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking big personalities. Smitty Witt is on the card.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and he's fighting David Marquez.
Yes, it's going to be a good fight.
I think that's a really freaking
classic style versus style.
Yeah.
Dude, that's an interesting fight to me.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Can you break it
about
down from your guys' perspective? And
I mean, we were talking about on the way over here. I mean, obviously, is it David? Does he go by?
No, it's David.
David.
But it's spelled that
I did
way.
that the first like 10 times I saw him. He's like, it's David. I'm like,
Okay.
why'd you spell it like that?
Okay. I mean, he's a good striker. Watch his Muay Thai fights.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good resume on striking. You know, but Smitty is a good striker too. I think his Instagram shows him grappling and all this stuff, and he's amazing at what he does and his whole brand. But he's a good striker too. I'm super excited about this fight. I totally respect David. I think he's going to be a tough opponent, and you know, Smitty's going to be prepared. So we'll see how it all unfolds. But we're excited.
Super excited, honestly. I think the whole skill set of Smitty is now coming into a whole as a complete fighter and honestly, I think he's the complete package for MMA, you know. Has all the right tools to make it to whatever he wants to put his mind on. And yeah, I think it's a great matchup for him. And like you guys said, striker versus grappler, but don't be surprised, man. Smitty's striking is pretty
listen,
quick.
I'm a fan. I don't know shit, to be honest with you, Byron. Like, he's on Instagram, I see the grappling, so, you know, that's
on paper.
on paper,
No, that's what it shows,
is.
honestly. Like, if I was looking from, like, through the looking glass, you know, like, where we don't see him in between training is, I would see the same thing. I'd be like, oh, shit, if it stays steady, you know, fucking David's going to beat him up. But nah, you guys are going to see a complete package, and it's going to be, I think a star is going to be, is made that night.
So how does that fight end?
You
saying Smitty's going to get done? How and when does he? Is it
I think Smitty
decision? It's going to be submission. It's going to be.
I don't think decision at all. I mean, Smitty's the type of fighter, and a lot of us now are. We're all trying to mold that mindset of, you know, we're finishing fights, man. We want to be exciting. We want to be. Nobody wants to watch a boring fight, you know. So we want to go out there and finish. And Smitty is a big believer in his finishing abilities, and I've seen it. I've seen it like throughout training and through his last fight, you know. He's always looking for it, and I think it's gonna come. So I can't tell you exactly what it is, but he's gonna finish him.
Come on, you don't want to give a prediction, bro?
You know,
I don't want to give anybody no
I can't wait for
insight.
David versus Smitty. But I want to see Diego get back in there. He looked really good in his debut fight, I thought.
Yeah.
Like, he fought a good heavy wrestling guy. I think he defended well on the wrestling too. Not to the cage.
Let's talk about Diego.
Yeah, Dago's got a lot of talent. Dago's
No, you can tell. I swear, I thought,
and he works really hard.
I was very impressed.
And to be honest with you, I mean, his wrestling and grappling is just a short window of his, because came from a striking background. He had won 2 belts in striking, you know, pretty accomplished amateur Muay Thai fighter, and just fell in love with grappling and wrestling. But the window was like 8 months, 10 months of him wrestling and grappling.
His wrestling actually looked good.
Oh yeah, he's a quick learner, and he picks up. I talk about all the time how quickly he picks stuff up and how hard he works. he's that dude texts me at 3 a.m. Hey coach, look at this video. Hey coach, he makes a list of all the stuff he needs to work on. I'm like, Diego, go to sleep.
Leave me alone. Yeah. Set those limits. Right?
So yeah, he was bummed after the fight, and but quickly realized, like, I did pretty well for my first fight against a guy who's a high level wrestler, good grappler, tough opponent, and I think it just made him more confident to get back in there and start training again.
Yeah, I definitely want to get back.
How do we do a better job as a promotion letting these guys know if they get in there and have a good performance, whether win or lose, their stock does not go down with us? Because
I think they know that. Jay's mentioned to me many times. You guys have told him, like, hey Jay, don't worry about you lost that fight. We still believe in you. We're 100% behind you. And I just reiterate to the other guys, well, look, these guys, they support you guys. And if you go out there and you put an effort in and you give it your all, you don't go out there and lay an egg or flake and be unprofessional.
Well said.
They're going to be behind you.
Yeah.
And you got to reciprocate that. If they're behind you, you want to put the work in. Right? You don't want to let them down because they're not letting you down.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think our team knows that. Our team knows that.
Well, it shows in the cage with everybody that's fight with Upnext. I think a majority of the time we have everybody getting in there, giving their all.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I watch, and I don't want to be a scumbag, but I stalk all the other promotions. I do. I watch everything they fucking do because I want to learn. If they're doing anything better than us, I want to learn from them, right? But I'll watch some of their streams and these athletes and this and that, and I just feel like our guys that are fighting with are just heads above everybody else.
I agree.
For sure.
By far.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys are aware. I mean, I've gotten offers from other places, but I don't want to fight anywhere else, to be honest with you. I feel like you guys are going to give me the best chance of getting to the UFC. You guys got the highest level. You guys promote the best. You guys do it. And that's a testament to how hard you guys have worked to build your guys' brand in such a short amount of time. And you guys know it. That's why you guys got a couple people that fucking really don't like you guys because you guys are the premier. You guys are making everybody else look bad.
Yeah,
if you only knew
sure.
what's going on behind the scenes with some other folks just trying to do things to like undermine us, like shady, just scummy ass shit. But it's okay because at the end of the day, the cream rises to the top, right?
100%.
It's advancement based on achievement. Results are going to speak for themselves. And the one thing I want to say too, Byron, almost called you Brian, we really do support you, right? And we want you fighting under that Upnext banner. But if an opportunity came for you that's, more aligned for your future, you have to know we're going to be 100% supportive of that. You know what I mean? So I appreciate your love, your loyalty, this and that, but we have to give it back to you sort of that same way. And one thing I think we're doing pretty good is we are building that platform. And I think we can get you to that next level. We just got to get fuckers to accept fight with you.
Yeah.
At 135.
Yeah, at 135.
Yeah. At 135, we're going to go back down there and dominate. I mean,
is
look
there
at all my
anyone you
success.
want? Okay, Jesse Langariga. Let's say Jesse's out of the conversation. Is there anybody you want to fight? Is there anybody that you sort of have? It doesn't have to be like a call out like that, but is there anybody that excites you or that you?
I had a couple.
Oh, you got one. Go ahead.
No. I had a couple names before the things. I was planning on calling out some big names. I thought there was gonna be like some opportunities, but now I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm back on the building block. I think I'm still the name that everybody should want to fight to prove it, but I also want to be. I'm still at that mindset of like, I just want to build. That's it. Yeah. There's nobody I want to call out. Like there's nobody. I'm not even calling out Jesse, to be honest with you. I want to just keep on building back my name to being where it should be. Yeah.
Listen, I think your name's there, but I think that's the right mentality. Whoever, listen, line them up, knock them down.
What you think I want to fight?
I was gonna say, listen, like 2 fights. Whoever has the belt once a bully goes to UFC,
for sure.
Probably who you'd want to fight.
I mean, that was the plan. Like I'm already like I still think like I'm telling you, 2 more fights this year, I get to 3-1, and I'm gonna finish the guys. It's gonna be there, so it's gonna be honestly, it's probably gonna be again where nobody's gonna want to fight me, and hopefully the guy that has the belt is gonna accept that because I'll do until there's nobody
once they
there.
have the belt, they can't really decline at that point.
They can't. Yeah. That's not a champion if you're not. You can't not decline. And you should be willing to fight whoever. You should be willing to hold your throne down, your kingdom down, and just show everybody why you're the best.
Listen, Albert Morales, he's fought everybody that we put in front of him, right? I don't think he said no to fucking anybody. You know what I mean? Because he has something to prove. Yeah. I like that champ mentality, but I also like that your mentality is building blocks. Yeah. Right?
I was skipping ahead. I ain't gonna lie. I saw the vision and I still do. But now I'm gonna, take my time and
step by step.
Be back to my methodical self and just going. It's gonna be there.
Well, somebody that we talked, I keep throwing Blake DeCourcy's fucking name out here, but if we sat down, it was really good. He goes, man, you got to look at your fight as a business. Everything has to be run like a business. You have to have everything sort of locked in step by step, not skip anything. So I think you're talking about building, just being professional, running it like a business, A, B, C, D, and you just fucking follow everything.
For sure. Totally agree.
You guys also got Mark Reels on the card. Mark Reels fighting Sonny Delazio, who's from Black House.
Oh,
Is that kind of awkward for you or no?
For sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Are you feeding you feeding one of the other inside information, Byron? Come on.
Hell no.
Are you
Just kidding,
are you
bro.
tampering?
Nah, I mean, shit, when I was hearing about the fights getting announced, I'm always like, fuck, that's pretty, it's gonna be awkward as hell. But I mean, dude, me and Sonny are super close, and Mark just came to the gym, and great guy, and he's coaching we're coaching him. So, I'm sitting it out. To be honest with you, I'm staying in the middle, neutral, because I mean, and I've had the conversations with Sonny on the phone, and I want to talk to Mark more about it, because he was talking to you about it, how he don't want to step on no toes or nothing, but it's the fight game. You're gonna fight people.
Listen, here's the thing. Also, is like what I tell a lot of athletes, and I think all athletes should cross train a little bit, because like it's okay to get too you got your home gym and then you get looks somewhere else. Like I totally understand that, but there's got a lot of guys that will train at 4 gyms and then there's no one for them to fight.
I fucking hate that.
Even though there is some type of synergy between you, Uprise and Black House, like I respect these guys for still taking the fight. And I got like 3 DMs today. Like people are like, wow, this is gonna be a sick fucking fight.
It's an amazing fight. Honestly, as matchmaker wise, I think that's a great fight. You did a great job with it. Obviously, it just fucking sucks for and stuff like that. But it is what it is,
Yeah, but I actually like, because Mark Reels' debut with us, he fought, a grappler, right? So he didn't get to showcase his strength skills. I think this is going to be one of those fights where they both, display their strength skills. And what do you think about Mark so far training with you?
Mark's great. I mean, he came to us when he had an agenda, what he wanted to work on, and we're working on it. We're going to continue to work on it. But Mark he's just a gamer. He's down the fight, but he's super coachable. And back to the conversation, look, friends with the coaches at Black House and some of the fighters there. We have a good relationship. And Mark was super respectful of that. He spoke to Byron and myself and said, Coach, I just joined Uprise. I don't want to ruffle any feathers if you don't think, and we're like, look, this competition. We'll shake hands after fight. There's no animosity between the gyms. We're just competition. And there's only a handful of MMA gyms in LA that are putting fighters in up next. And if we just wait until we're fighting against a gym that we don't have an association, we'll never fight. So it's a good matchup. I'm super, super excited to see Mark perform on this event. And yeah.
Yeah, I love that, because all the cross training, this and that drives us fucking nuts. There's a certain gym that everybody's kind of cross training just like doing all that stuff. It's just like, oh, I don't know if I rolled with him once.
Or I roll with, it just sucks, because like if you're a very talented guy, right, and you're cross training all over the place, which I get, like other looks, and I think all knowledge is great, but I also think you need to have one like head coach or 2 like main coaches, those voices in your head. You only be 4 different places, but if you're a top prospect, you're really good, and you go train. Hey, bro, Byron was at fucking sparring today. He kicked everyone's ass. That shit spreads, right? Like,
it does. Yeah.
It's hard for you to fight, and it's hard as a regional promotion to bring guys from San Diego or out of the state, like people seeing the UFC and stuff. We just don't have that much.
Yeah, of course.
Because it takes money and resources, right? And at the end of the day, like, we as an organization still aren't monetizing, right? We're still a startup. It's been a few years. We're building. So it just creates fucking huge challenges for us.
No, I bet. I always thought, I'm like, dude, like all those different gyms and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm cool with a lot of the guys. Like a lot of the guys, man, they're always showing respect to me and love, and like vice versa, So
well, it sucks for us too, because we do content day, right? Where everyone comes here and everyone's like, unless Jesse's here, like everyone, everyone's cool, right? Everyone respects each other, like everyone can vibe, right? Like everyone's chill, says what's up.
Yeah.
But I think you guys still understand it is competition. You guys might have to face each other one day, and that's just that.
That's all it is. You guys are in each other's ways, Like you guys are all fighting for the same thing. If anything, that should be honorable if you guys fight each other, because that's where you guys get to prove your guys' selves and be cool after. Who gives a fuck? Just fight, go out there. It's like you sparring basically. It's basically as if you're sparring. One guy's gonna, get the better.
You probably have harder sparring days at Uprise and Black House than you're gonna have in that case.
Yeah. Oh, I do. Yeah, a lot of times I do. So that's why it's like, just go out there and fight, you guys. There ain't no animosity unless you make it animosity. Yeah. That's it. You guys go out there and have fun, go and perform, go and show, go and prove to each other. The greatest warriors in the world did that, like they fought each other. That just proves you might be the better man that night. You might beat his ass in sparring and you might lose the fucking fight. What is that? I saw something about Asher and Diego, right?
Yeah.
How they had that they back then and look at what happened. 2 guys that wanted to fight each other, that have trained before, you know?
Yeah, Asher owned it. Asher's like, you know, he got the better of me in sparring, and that's kind of why I want to fight him. And then they got in the cage, and that was a super close fight.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was razor freaking thin. Yeah. A lot of folks think it went the other way, like, but again, I'm not a judge.
The fight game, man.
Fight
you don't make it obvious. Like, I don't even blame judges anymore.
Do the judges sometimes drive you? I respect the judges.
Like,
I don't want to talk any smack.
Like when you get a 30-27, 30-27 opposite sides, that's why I'm like, okay, there's some disconnect here. That should never happen. But listen, it's hard to judge. Like in rounds are like, you got two equal guys. Rounds are just really close. Like,
yeah, it's frustrating, and I also understand the difficulty of it, and I also understand after so many bouts, judges sometimes are, I don't say they're not paying attention. They're paying attention, but I tell the fighters, like, let's start the round, let's finish the round, let's leave that impression, because you never know what's happening in between. Are they thinking about it's my 15th fight?
I've never even thought of it like that. But
I'm ready to go home and have a steak now, and then the round, they hear that 10-second tap, and now they're dial in, and you know, and I agree with you though. Sometimes you hear 30-27, and you're like, well, I don't get it.
But we've seen some shit just like, what?
We'll look at each other and be like,
no, but I'm guilty of that too, though, Pete, because I've sat there and watched fight, and I had the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
I sit the cage door and I watch, and I'll be like, oh, this guy won. Ryan's looking at me like, what fight did you watch?
Yeah.
And then I'll rewatch and like, okay, Ryan was fucking right.
Yeah.
So,
But for the fighters, take the judges out of the equation.
Yeah.
You know?
That's my point.
That's the,
I think every fighter should, but so much. You need. I think that's what you said earlier on the podcast. Like you guys are all training to like have the mindset of let's finish fights. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
That's the way you guarantee the win. But again, like you were on a tear, but fighting guys like Shag and the other guys you fought, not easy guys to finish.
No.
I mean, you went out there and did it, but you also hope that there's competent judging where the right person who actually does win wins. It'll never happen like that. So best case scenario, get the finish.
well, I think
Easier said than done.
easier said than done, but I do believe that the judges, you know, have the right intentions.
No,
and I think, like,
100%.
I always say, like, and this is why I always say on this podcast, I'm a fan. I'm not an aficionado because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I could never be a ref, and I could never be a judge.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd get it right.
In respect to all of them, I think
often.
honestly, I think 90, at least 90% of the time they're right.
Yeah, I think they get it right more than they get it wrong.
Yeah.
And I think their intentions are to get it right.
Yeah. Like if out of a 16 fight card, there's usually one fight you're like, okay, or maybe two max.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, I have a lot of respect for CSAC, especially.
Yeah.
Because Sean Wells is one of the lead inspector at a lot of our events. And when he sees scoring that's wonky or coaches complain, he actually investigates that.
Oh, good.
Like he'll rewatch the tape and make sure, and if he thinks any of the judges get it wrong or this, that, they have those discussions, which I love.
Yeah,
And it
that's how it
just
gets
shows
better.
like his commitment and CSAC's commitment to improve the scoring and the judging and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, they do a good job for most of the thing, and a lot of the guys there and everybody there, they make you feel like, all right, cool, you know, like they're even.
Yeah.
You don't feel like it's biasy, you know.
I'll be honest, I don't hear a lot of complaining in the locker room about the judges.
Yeah.
Once in a while, but most of the time, they realize they didn't do enough or something.
yeah,
happened.
I feel like it's always it's like one fight per card is I feel like the average of it for us. Yeah.
It's called the fight game for a reason.
Yeah.
Man. Like nothing is just
No, it can never just be
supposed
simple and smooth. But no, I actually think that the CSAC judges and guys doing the camo, the judging are, you know, really good. Again, no, you can't be perfect at any job either.
Nah.
So, Pete, what do you think's on the horizon for MMA, right? With the UFC, kind of what they're doing with Paramount, MVP coming in. Do you see the landscape shifting with MMA? What do you think the future of MMA really looks like?
I think for the first time, it's definitely expanding. And I don't know if that's better or worse as far as dilution of the sport. And you had said earlier how UFC has also now become a little bit more fantastical in the sense where they're trying to make fights more, I guess,
more entertainment.
More entertainment,
More
yeah.
WWE like to
when
say,
back in the day it was like shut the cage door and guys fought and that was the entertainment. I don't know, being a little old school that way, I'm not sure. I think it's going to provide more opportunities for fighters, which I'm all in favor for, and guys getting paid better, which I'm 100% in favor for. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see how this all pans out. I do think having competition makes people better. And with UFC being for the longest time the only organization that had fights, I think it kind of tunnel vision the other opportunities for people. So maybe this is a good thing. I feel like you just have to wait and see.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see if MVP keeps doing, and I think you're right, they'll do a few cards. I mean, PFL is trying to rebrand itself and sort of come back and really do something. But I think the UFC is just such a monster like to compete with. It's the NBA or the NFL. So who can be like that second or that third place.
And you don't really need another NBA, to be honest with you, right? If they do it right,
Yeah.
you're like, that's fine. So I think the UFC does it right for the most part. I really do. I think they could improve the pay a little bit. But
yeah.
I think right now, though, the way things are shifting and from a fighter's perspective and seeing everything is like, you know, more doors are opening up. Right now is, I feel like it's starting to turn to the point where it's a turning phase where a lot of people sometimes don't even want to fight in the UFC because people are getting paid somewhere else better, you know? So I think now it's creating a vacuum hole. I'm using like mafia mentality kind of thing where, you know, like one mob boss gets killed out and everybody now is fighting for power. So I think right now there's a perfect opportunity even for you guys to keep on building up to being one of the, where like you guys are up there with the PFL and, you know, UFC and one.
Yeah, I really think we could get there, to be honest with you. Look, I think UFC is a monster. I'm not even putting UFC in the equation, but the whole PFL and that weird middle ground with the Bellators, I think we could be there. Yeah. You know, probably within the next year or so. We just have to make some strategic decisions, right? Like all those guys have brought in investor money and done all these other things to build those brands and to get there. But once you do that, you're beholden to all those people. They then shape the direction in which you go. If you look at one is like underground by $180, $200 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for us, we've always struggled. You know, fortunately, Up Next is self-funded by our family, and we're able to do that right now. But we've got, in this next year, got to make some sort of decisions. Which direction do we go? So for us, this year is going to kind of stay the same in the sense of we're just going to keep building. We're looking to try to get a content deal, a streaming deal with something so we can, you know, show our live events, but we're going to be recreating ourselves. We're going to be doing an actual live stream at our May 9th event, which no regional promotions do. Sped from Never Made Weight podcast is going to kind of be the host and sort of do that. So we're investing in doing some live streaming and just doing some other things. So the hope is we get sort of a content deal. We get some national sponsors. We just had a huge national sponsor for our last event. Hopefully we could keep doing that. And then we can hopefully be where you want us to be in the next year or so.
Yeah, I see it. That's why I'm, you know, my eggs are in this basket, you know?
Well, we like your eyes being here.
I mean, I think you guys are authentic, so I think that'll pay dividends. I don't think you can fake it to make it. You could fake it for a while, but eventually people see through that. And I don't see that with you guys are legitimately care about what you do and putting on a good show and a good product that I think that, if anything, will make you continue to rise.
Yeah, one fighter said something, and I don't want to make this come across egotistical, but they said like the regional MMA scene needed the Buckner family. Yeah. Like, because I feel like we bring that authenticity, that love, 100%. And that respect for the athletes where, listen, I'm not going to see a lot of these other promotions, regional ones, you know, drive me nuts because they act like they care so much about the fighters, but they don't do shit for them, which drives me freaking bonkers.
I mean, we just had a situation where another promotion wanted to cancel 10 fighters for fighting on our card.
I heard about that.
Don't talk about this. How I feel like, don't say your fighters first and
you're
you care about
cancel,
fighters.
But cancel it 1 week out, 2 weeks out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We had a promotion that we were doing an event the same night they were doing an event. So they tried to go to CSAC to get a limit on the amount of amateur fights we could put on.
Wow.
And that would have meant that 5 fights got canceled, a total 10 athletes fights got canceled, you know, 2 weeks out.
Not a month before or 5 weeks. And we literally made the decision. We said, okay, if for some reason this sticks, which it would never would. Every promotion's had as many amateur fights on the pro thing in California for the last 15 years. If it sticks, we're going to lose as much money as we will to make sure they fight on Sunday or Friday.
Was that just inconvenient calendar timing? Did you had the same date, or was it like we're
that date was the only date so we want to be as active as possible with our current model, like every 6 to 8 weeks minimum right now. So in that month, that was the only weekend that we could do it. One of our business partners' son had a bunch of college trips they were doing and something else.
Well, the one thing about us, Pete, and again, I don't want to come across, we don't pay attention to the dates of when our competitors are doing things. That's one thing we don't do. I don't care like the dates they're doing shows, any of that, because we just do what we need to be doing. So lo and behold, we scheduled a date with a competitor's show. So a little birdie whispers in my ear, hey, you guys have, you know, an event the same day this guy does. Would you think about potentially moving? What can you do? I could have been a total dickhead and said, F you, we're competitors, this is business, whatever. I didn't do that. I went to my team and I said, guys, this is a situation. Yeah. Would it be possible for us to move our event, you know, 1 week out? Well, unfortunately, our head of production, Steve, he was taking his son on college campus tours for a whole, you know, week. So we couldn't. We had to stick with that date. So because of that, then they went to the commission and did some underhanded shit to try to, throw a monkey wrench in our show, which did not work for them.
Yeah.
And all it did, Pete, to be honest with you, and I think you kind of are probably the same way. I'm a really cool guy. I'm nice. I'm professional. But the second you fuck with me, it's on.
It's on.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what it is now. Now it's on. And, now, we're going to do what we need to do as a promotion. But I just felt like, going back to the point Ryan was trying to make.
Just don't say you care about fighters.
Yeah, that's the point.
There's been times where fighters maybe done us a little, maybe, I don't know, maybe we had a signed battle agreement, their coach takes them off, maybe they have 3 fighters on different cards, like, you know what, my job would be easier if I just go to one event for the night, or, and I could suspend them by the rule, I could do all that. I'm like, you know what, maybe I won't work with this guy anymore, but I'm not going to stop this guy from an amateur fight from chasing his, I'm not going to suspend him, maybe I feel a certain way, but in a heartbeat.
We've let people out of contracts that have signed contracts and fighting, guys that are selling tickets. Hey, my guy, don't think he's ready, or, we want to fight on this other project, whatever. We've let him out. It's just the right thing to do. If you really care about the fighters, as long as they're not doing something quote unquote malicious, that's how you need to be.
There's a level to it. But stuff they would pull in a heartbeat. But you say you care about fighters. I don't know. I just feel like, I think Pete brought it up earlier, it's like, the fighters are the show, right? I mean, we have
100%.
We have to brand, we have to put what we can into it, but like, without you guys, we have no show. And without us, you don't get a really good platform in Southern California, most likely. But the fighters are the show, so there needs to be a certain level of respect. It's not like we're doing you a favor. It's a mutually beneficial relationship is how
that's what drives me nuts. Like we're not doing the fighters a favor. This is a mutually beneficial relationship, and you've got to come to the table and help these fighters build their brand. I mean, they can go to a backyard and get fucking experience if that's it. Like, no, it's really, you got to build their brand.
Do you guys think, a curious question for me is, as promoters and, growing the business, do you think MMA fighters will ever have a union like NFL players do, or baseball players do, or basketball players do, where they're guaranteed a certain amount of money each fight? And I'm
not too educated, but didn't they try to form one in the UFC?
Well, obviously,
GFL Global Fight League, right? That's what they kind of did.
I think what's going to happen, Pete, in my opinion,
because I don't want to get too
have
it, right?
Yeah. No, but I think it's going to get there, because I think some of the business dealings and I never knew the fight game was this way. I mean, boxing is wow.
Yeah.
I've now seen behind the scenes of boxing.
Boxing a little more.
Wow, dude. And now MMA, I think it's going to get there. I think there's going to become a day where it's unionized, there's fair pay and all this stuff. But one thing, like, everybody complains about the UFC's, what they pay fighters. So I agree and disagree, right? In some ways, because at the end of the day, what you get with the UFC, you get a lot. You get the PI, you get free food, there's the doctors and all these other perks that come that I don't think people put into sort of the pay side.
And there's also a thing of, I mean, listen, it's really not a crazy amount of money. But like, if you take a boxing card where people are like, oh, well, Anthony Joshua's getting $30 million.
Yeah.
If you take the whole card from top to bottom, UFC is probably paying more money out potentially on purses, because the minimum you might get is 20 and 20. The first fight on a boxing card is 1,000, like original money. Like, that's how they do it. So, but I mean, listen, they also just got $1 billion deal. Like, I'm sure there might be a little more money in the pie to go around for everyone.
Listen, I think fighters need to make more money. I mean, it's just got to be
like, no one understands. Like, the UFC is like a multiple $1 billion, but like, they have like 20 times the amount of employees.
But what you don't understand too, fighters legitimately, when Byron gets to the UFC,
like that,
yeah, of course, I'm manifesting that.
I like that.
And if everything stays like, then he's got to pay X amount to his coaches, and he's got all these other things. So it's just like, even the money he's making, X amount percentage is still going out to his costs. If you're an NBA athlete, whatever, I mean, you're
I just feel
keeping all that
like
money.
the union protect not only for the paycheck, but if there's some type of medical
long-term
support for them after they're done fighting. As a coach, I'd be like, I would love to see that, because these guys are giving their heart and soul to get in the cage.
Yeah.
If you've had 10 fights, let's say in a UFC, you're guaranteed healthcare, rest of your life or something, whatever.
I would love for that to be a thing.
I think it will, because I think MMA is just going up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's going to become one of the #1 sports of the fucking world. I mean, I'm not a big fan of football and anything else anyway. I'm just a big fan of this, but I think it has to, go that direction. I think also we, as all California pro promotions, we have to pay a ticket tax, which I think is $1 per ticket, something like that, for every event that goes into a fighters fund for retired fighters. And I know boxers are eligible for that. I think MMA fighters too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So it's a little
There's
something.
something, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's going to become more mainstream as the years go on.
Yeah.
I don't see it dying in popularity.
No, trajectory's been great.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like people kind of criticize when you really look at for how short the UFC's really been around, what they've accomplished. It's fucking nuts.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a thing when I was younger.
No.
Like nobody was doing MMA fighting. It wasn't.
And then you got guys like Byron growing up, like that's now their
That's what they
fucking
know.
dream.
Yeah.
That's all they know.
Been my dream since I was 6.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What sparked that to be your dream?
I just feel like, honestly.
Oh, perfect, Chris. Sorry, real quick.
No, go ahead.
So Pete, he brought up ChatGPT. Ryan, you want to read it off?
Making me read? Sure.
Yeah.
A union for MMA fighters will probably happen eventually, but not anytime soon. The biggest issue is that fighters are treated as independent contractors, not employees, which makes unionizing much harder. Fighters have tried before, but they failed. And the top stars don't often want to risk their career, while lower paid fighters have little power. MMA is also very individual sport compared to team sports.
Yeah, but look what it says. That Fighters Association is more likely first pushing for better pay, health coverage, Pete, like you talked about, and benefits before a true union ever forms. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think it's going to happen. All right.
Hopefully.
6 years old. Why the UFC dream? What sparked it?
I was a very angry kid growing up. And just seeing like controlled violence, it was something that kind of like drew me into, which honestly caused me to do more stupid shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like the fighting in the bathrooms is fucking dumb. But I don't know if you guys had the same thing where growing up is kind of hard to pick what you want to do. And I just naturally felt like that was something that, drew me in. Like where my focus was always on that. Like modern day gladiator. That's what I try to think of myself all the time. Every time I step in there is like, you're going out there, really, you're fighting for your life out there. There's nothing more primal. There's nothing more feeling real. Like if you want to experience life at the fullest where you're like, man, you're going to stare somebody across the room from you and you have to be prepared to die. You have to be prepared to take that person's life because if not, they're going to take yours. And it's something like, it's crazy to experience. Like honestly, once that door shuts and you're right there, it's like, okay, is you versus the other guy. Who wants it more? Who's gonna come out victorious? Who's gonna be able to do that? And that's something I've always watched and be like, man, I want to do that. I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy where everybody looks at it like, oh shit, that's the baddest guy on the planet. I want to be that Mike Tyson. I want to be that George St. Pierre, that John Jones. I want to be that. So I guess that was kind of always, and then mixed with my competitiveness, there it goes. I want to be that top person. So, and then it also opens up like different avenues to be whatever you want after that. Hopefully, stars align and I could go into different careers and different things after, and just, like I said, I want to take over the world,
Well said.
I know, totally. What got you into combat sports?
As a kid, I grew up in Chicago in a tough little area, but I was always into sports. I loved all the sports, football, wrestling, basketball, baseball, and boxing. And back then, traditional martial arts were a little bit more of the thing. There was a Sunday morning kung fu movie. So me and my boys be in the backyard throwing Chinese stars at each other, jumping off. Jumping off the roof with our nunchakas and just doing crazy stuff. And at the time, I didn't really think there was a avenue for competing in that world. I'm in my mid 50s, so back then it wasn't like what it is now.
Yeah, for sure.
And so after I graduated high school, I did some boxing, and then the boxing led to studying more like traditional martial arts, and it all just kept going into more and more martial arts. I'm just a student of martial arts from, grappling to striking. And I don't know, I've just been doing it forever. I've been doing it longer than I've not been doing it. I've had Uprise 17 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that was after I got done competing and training and all that stuff. So I don't, like we were talking about the it factor. There was no one thing. It was just something that just drew me to it. Maybe it was a competition, that warrior gladiator thing. My parents are from Greece, so I always had this like Spartan thing as a kid growing up. That you had to be tough and you had to fight and you had to wrestle and be strong.
I got the Spartan helmet, bro.
There you go, bravo.
Yeah.
So and just like I said, like a love for the history of martial arts and the lineage and the respect and all that means something to me more than just like the sport of fighting. Sport of fighting is just a part of that tradition of the lineage of martial arts to me.
Yeah, you still have that passion.
Yeah.
I could tell. Just like when we asked you that question, your eyes were kind of lighting up. And
I just start thinking back of all the years of reading old Chinese kung fu books and studying in a park, hitting trees and stupid shit.
How fulfilling is it for you as a coach to coach guys like Byron and Jay and these guys and seeing the impact that you can make on them?
It's super fulfilling, especially because now as I'm getting older, I can't do half the shit that I used to be able to do. So
now you may not get the best of them in the training room anymore.
I definitely do not. I don't know how many times he'd be throwing me around. I can't
take it easy on me.
I get out the cage all fucking limped over and neck all crooked, and people are like, "Good coach." I'm like, no.
Not doing this again.
It's satisfying because they're good people, and when they do well, it makes me feel good. I just love work with them, sharing whatever knowledge I have, even if my body won't let me do some of the things. The knowledge is here, and I can get them to do it. I'm like, oh, that's exactly how it should be done. So, it's super fulfilling. It's super fulfilling. I think it keeps me motivated to go to the gym every day still.
Yeah.
How much longer are you going to do it? 17 years, and you own a bar too, don't you?
I do. I own a sports bar, so it's kind of cool because we show the fights at the bar.
Bro, we got to do like a watch party night or something.
Sure.
Let's talk about collabing and doing something.
So a lot of my students can't afford the tickets, so we'll show it at the bar, and they'll sit around the bar cheering Byron and Jay on and Diego and everybody. And
it's awesome.
A lot of the guys who train at my gym work at my bar, so we have built-in security. So it's just like it's a nice. They're really close to each other. My gym is on one side of the street, my bar's on the other side of the street.
We got to do something together. We got to collab on something.
Yeah, to the field, guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we could do a day down there, or bring champs down there,
that would be amazing.
Or
whatever.
this or that.
You say when. But yeah,
I'll Uber down so I can have a couple cocktails with you.
There you go.
Oh, the question was when you're going to retire.
Oh, yeah. Good question.
How the fuck did we get to the bar?
Sorry, I was thinking about a drink too. Let's go.
He's like, and you own a bar.
And I will say this, like 5 or 10 years ago, I was like in the middle of the tunnel. I saw no light. Like now, I mean, I still a ways off, but I do see some light at the end of the tunnel where I don't see myself doing this for like ever.
Yeah.
But I still feel entrenched in it, and I'm still motivated and passionate about it. And as soon as that starts to wane, then I'll pass it on to the other guys to keep it going.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I'm 57, so I'm going to retire from the UNF cage door. I decided like 3 years. I'll still come and support UNF, and I'll be there and I'll work, but I'm retiring from the cage door within 3 years.
Oh, wow.
You gonna stand by the door still and give me a hug before we go?
No, I will, but I'm going to be sitting in the corral.
He's going to be in the corral, so maybe drinking.
Yeah, having drinks instead of working. Everybody laughs at me because I do the corral door. I'm like, everybody like laughs at me.
How did you know it's 3 years? What made you like?
Because I'll be 60 at that point.
That's a number. You just want to.
Listen, I'll never retire, to be honest with you. It's not in my DNA.
His body won't let him like really work or be moving like
that.
Bro,
I had hip replacement 2 weeks before the event.
Oh, shit.
And I was working the cage door.
Because I
told him. I told him, hey, bro, I just had a hip replacement. Don't make me like grab you because of Jesse.
Byron was just to make you like.
Just want to see if the surgery was a success.
Dude, my wife was looking at me after I did that. She's like, you can't be running around like that. Like,
well, listen, she's smart. I mean, you really shouldn't be, but.
Yeah. No, but I'm never retiring in the sense of that because up next, number one, it invigorates me. Kind of like the passion you have dealing with your athletes. We get that same kind of passion. Like seeing this guy's journey. I remember the first day he came here, I met him at Content Day. Rolled up with a couple friends, kind of shy, kind of this, kind of that. And seeing his evolution, we're a very small part, but we're a very small part of his journey, which it just really excites me. You know what I mean? It's fun to be a part of that. It's definitely fulfilling. So to me, getting to work with great athletes, seeing them evolve and become successful and come into their own, it's like really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But they're the ones doing it. We just get to play a small part.
Yeah, I remember those first words when as soon as I walked through, he was like, hey, what's up, Byron? Like, we're so glad to have you here. We're big fans. I'm like, what the fuck? I got fans out here? Like, that are, like people know me? And it was cool. It was just like,
I use that word fan. Some people are like, fan, what do you mean? Like, I can be a fan of a human being and what
you're
they
the
do.
biggest fan of a lot of people, which you can't be the biggest fan of so many different. You can be a fan.
I can be.
But you can't.
If every individual has something that I admire, that I like.
One. No, but you can be a fan of everyone.
This is
whatever, bro. Don't hate on me.
I'm not hating on him. He is a fan. No, we actually were fans of yours before you. Yeah. I mean, you reached out through the Camel Hour.
I had got, I think, the first time I saw, was an email. The first time I saw you guys was like on an ad, and I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I signed up or something, but I remember getting an email, and I was like, oh shit, like Up Next wants me to fight for them, I was like, hello.
Rio came through, he's like, bro, Byron just said, because we've, I think we maybe, I don't know if I talked to Pete. I'm sure we've maybe talked a little bit, but weren't close to really making a fight. And then that happened. We're like, okay, we got to get this one. And then it's crazy when like you look at those little moments and where we are now. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. It's been a cool journey. Well, it's been amazing, Byron.
Yeah.
Love, support you. Can't wait to get you back in that cage. Pete, always a pleasure working with you and all your athletes.
Pete's the man.
You
Byron's
know?
the man. I really hope.
Oh, how can everybody be the man, Ryan? Pete's the man and Byron's right. How can they both be the man, Ryan?
I didn't say he wasn't the biggest man, the smallest man. I just said they're the man. Regardless, I can't wait to get you back in there. I'm really hoping it's versus Jesse.
The scumbag in me wants to see that fight, but I like brick by brick, step by step. Do not get back in that cage till you're 100% healthy and ready to do it. And I'm sure coach is not going to fucking let you. So.
And last thing is I'll say to the camera and to Byron, fighters, we understand there's aches and stuff, but if you guys aren't ready to get in there and it's a reasonable thing, we will not hold it against you guys. You will not let us down.
Yeah, but I do want to thank you at the same time for your commitment to the organization, commitment to your opponent.
My opponent.
That is very honorable. Like,
it goes a long way, and I think fighters should definitely show up if they can. So I'm not saying just pull out whenever you want now, but we respect that. But I also want you feeling good and being healthy when you do step in that cage, and just saying you won't lose respect with us if you pull out for a good reason, type of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Fighters, take it from me. I mean, you guys got to. If it's not there, dude, don't let your ego or your pride go in and get in the way, and be smart. This is your career. Now this really does matter for me, so I'm gonna make sure it changes. So you guys should make the same smart decisions now, and be the best that you guys can. To be honest,
perfect way to end it. Thank you
for
Byron.
sure, yes.
There we go.
All right, guys, appreciate you.
This episode of the Fight Family Podcast is sponsored by Uprise Mixed Martial Arts.